A controversial book called Battle Hymn of the Tiger Mother by Amy Chua was published in 2011. The book was supposed to be a story of how Chinese parents are better at raising kids than Western ones, but instead it became a bitter clash of cultures. The author, Amy Chua, referred to herself as a Tiger Mother. The Tiger Mother is an idea of mothering one's children into achievements. Some people argue that the Tiger Mother makes her children overly stressful. However, these people cannot deny the fact that many Chinese parents raise academically successful kids. Would it be beneficial to American education if American parents adopted the concept of the Tiger Mother?
American parents want their children to pursue happiness, but this results in poor academic performance compared to those of Chinese students. In 2009 PISA test, which evaluates OECD member countries of 15-year-old school students' scholastic performance, shows that Shanghai, China is the top country in all three sections, math, science, and reading. Meanwhile, USA was ranked 30th in math section, 23rd in science section, and 17th in reading section. Therefore, yes, I believe that American parents raising their children and enforcing strict academic achievements are highly beneficial to American education and future.
I disagree. Pressuring and forcing their children to study is not the true purpose of education. The true purpose of education is to stimulate creativity and passion in students' body. In one study of 50 Western American mothers and 48 Chinese immigrant mothers, almost 70% of Western mothers said that stressing academic success is not good for the children, or that parents need to foster the idea that learning is fun. By contrast, roughly 0% of the Chinese mothers felt the same way. Instead, the vast majority of the Chinese mothers said that academic achievement reflects successful parenting. As the study shows, Chinese parents are obsessive with their children's academic performance. They are creating unnecessary obstacles that prevent their children to stimulate in learning and confine their children strictly to just learn. I believe that the true purpose of education is to stimulate creativity and passion in one student's body, and Chinese parents certainly failed in that spectrum.
It is not fair to say that Chinese students lack in creativity and passion because of how their parents' strict academic enforcement. In my opinion, forcing children to learn actually helps them to increase creativity. As students learn more, the students gain more knowledge. Students with more knowledge can view and understand the world in a different way than others. Enforcing strict academic achievement not only provides the student with a unique perspective of viewing and understanding the world, but also a sound viewpoint and opinion. The firm standpoint and their unique viewpoint will ultimately implant confidence in students' mind that working diligently will pay off. Consequently, higher education will provide them more potential opportunities.
However, a student will receive unbearable stress until the student becomes successful. The suicide rate in China compared to America shows how much stress Chinese students receive because of tiger mothers who heavily emphasize on test scores, achievements, and report cards. Suicide is the main cause of death among young adults. One media reported that growing pressure to succeed in work and education, increasing stress, loneliness, and lack of medical support for depression are thought to have contributed to an annual suicide toll that is estimated at 250,000 people a year. China has approximately over 20% suicide rate. However, in contrast, America has only 11.3% suicide rate. As the statistics show, stress is one of the major factors that lead to suicide in China today.
Chinese parents do not want their children to be under tremendous stress, but they want their children to become more successful. Graduating from prestigious college opens up vast opportunities and gives more possibility to become successful. There are no parents who want their children to suffer. We Chinese parents believe that although students will go under certain amount of stress now, but in the future, every sweat will pay off with satisfaction.
There are lots of successful and prosperous people who are not accepted from those top prestigious colleges. And some who were even accepted, they dropped out of those universities. For example, Thomas Edison, Louis Armstrong, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Albert Einstein, Peter Jennings, Andrew Jackson, and so forth.
Some of them certainly got their fame and success through fortune. If they were born in China, they have not become successful as they are because we believe that only hard work can achieve triumph. Also, the reason why Chinese parents emphasize on academic achievements is that Gaokao, the Chinese version of SATs, is the only factor that colleges in China look.
But in America, colleges look at other numerous factors.
Thank you for your opinions. It seems that American education and Chinese education are heading opposite directions, which means it is impossible to select which way of education is the better way. Both educational systems have no similarities except for the fact that there are 12 years of schooling before going to college. Both American and Chinese parents want their children to be successful, but they do it in different ways. Theoretically, the background of the parents also influence their way of teaching their child. If the parents themselves were raised strictly, then psychologically, they will teach their children in the same way. Because American and Chinese parents went through different educational experiences, it is inevitable that they have controversial ways of teaching. Being a tiger mother in Chinese education will be beneficial, but on the other hand, giving the students freedom in American education would also be beneficial.